12 cents would have bought this book way back in 1963, how much would it cost today? This old paper you're looking at is Tales of Suspense number 39, or TOS 39 for short. It's the first appearance of Tony Stark and his alter ego. What's his name? Oh yeah, Iron Man. In this video, I'll provide a brief overview of the book and chronicle its explosive price growth over the years. Let me give a brief shout out to superfan Madge Jameson, who gave me the shirt I'm wearing today. TOS 39 hit the newsstand in 1963. That same year, the #1 song in the United States was Surfin' USA. MLK delivered his I Have a Dream speech, and JFK was assassinated. In the context of comic book history, Iron Man's first appearance was right in the middle of Marvel's hottest 4 years. Fantastic Four, Hulk, Spider-Man, Thor, X-Men, Daredevil, and many others all debuted in that period. My copy of TOS 39 is graded a 3.0 by CGC. That's the largest third-party grader of comic books. The grade is important because we'll be looking at the value of TOS 39 at a 3.0 across time from 1963 till today. We know a 3.0 copy would start off at 12 cents back in 1963, but where would it go from there?
Oh man, I just came back from a big journey. Thought it was going to be easy to find out how much Tales of Suspense 39 cost at a 3.0 early in time. As it turns out, it's really challenging. From 2000 on, pretty easy because we've got great tools like CGC and GPAnalysis that could tell us how much a book cost over those years by grade. Not so before 2000. And so I had to go back and buy all these copies of Overstreet Price Guide to give me a sense, or give you a sense, of how much this book costs over time. So these aren't actual sales, but they're recommended sales prices by the best known guide. So starting back in 1970, I looked up Tales of Suspense 39. What's unusual is back in the day, there were only 3 grades listed with prices underneath. They were good, fine, mint. That's it, nothing in between. So I had to extrapolate a little bit. So if you were to go to the first Overstreet Price Guide, by the way, this is a facsimile because the first real one is really expensive, the book would cost between $4 and $5, so pretty cheap compared to today. Now, as I move into 1975, and this is the real deal, this is an actual price guide from 1975, the book goes up to about $21. In 1980, the book goes up again in a 3.0. It'll cost you about $100. And then in 1990, the book goes up to about $130 for a 3.0. That's the early days. Now we're going to go back to the modern days. Starting in the early 2000s, we have great data from GPAnalysis.
Let's take a look at that GPAnalysis data at a 3.0. In 2003, the average price was $424. In 2004, it was $501. In 2005, it was $629. And in 2006, it was $647. At this point, there was excitement about this upcoming Iron Man movie, and so the prices started to really heat up. In 2007, the book hit $831. Then in 2008, when Iron Man 1 came out, the book shoots all the way up to $1,118. The price stays relatively steady over the next few years, but then in 2012, it takes off again, and the average price is $1,392. In 2013, it's $1,656. In 2014, it's $2,235. In 2015, it hits $2,667. Note that the book that you saw, I bought it at that year in 2015 for about that same amount. I bought it for just over $2,600. In 2016, the book shoots up to almost $3,000 or $8,000 a point, at 3.0 for $3,000. In 2017 is $3,080. In 2018, it shoots up considerably once again to $3,739. In 2019, it's $4,452, a huge increase. In 2020, it goes up a little to $4,708. Finally, so far this year, the average price of a 3.0 is $7,870. So a huge jump from 2020 to 2021. And this is pretty common across a lot of keys in comic books. And I also note that the very last sale was in September of 2021, and the book sold for $9,950. To answer the original question, a 3.0 copy of TOS 39 went from being 12 cents in 1963 to being worth about $8,000 today. But Keston, you might ask, what if the book is in nicer condition, a 6, an 8, a 9, for example? What would they be worth? Well, a 6 would be worth about $15,000, an 8 about $30,000, a 9 would be about $60,000 to $80,000. Well, how about the highest rated book? It turns out there is one copy that's a 9.8. If that book went for auction, it's so tough to know what it would go for, but my guess would be pretty close to $1 million. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. Hope to see you around real soon.